if someone slander me, and then I asked her, how could you say that? And
Yes.
then she said, oh, I don't slander you. I heard you are such and such from another person. And I said, tell me that person. And she said, according to Islam, I can spread the news, I can spread this, whether it is right or wrong, but I do not need to tell you who the first source is.
So she says that she can spread this,
Yeah.
but she cannot tell
But
you
cannot
who
tell
said it.
me Who
Okay.
who told that, because according to Islam, it is not correct. That's what she said.
Okay, let's see what Islam says about that. Her question is, if someone slandered me and I went to this person to clarify, why did you say this about me? She said, according to Islam, I can spread what I know about you, but I cannot tell you who said this. This is what the lady says. Okay, let's see what Islam says about that. In Islam, sisters, we have Gheebah, backbiting, we have slandering, and we have Namimah. We will, inshallah, understand what is the difference between them and what is the ruling. Number one, backbiting, al-Gheebah. The Prophet ﷺ asked Sahaba, what is Gheebah? What do you know about Gheebah, backbiting? They said, to say something bad about someone in their absence when they are not there. So I speak about something that she's not there, and I'm saying something not good about her. Whether I was describing her physically, she's tall, she's short, she's, I don't know, she's like if I am describing her physically in a bad way, or if I describe her manners, or I am telling what I believe about her, oh, she's a bad person, she speaks a lot, she eats a lot, that's something, subhanallah, it is a personal thing. So if I'm talking about a personal thing in her, or I say something she did or something she said, all these things, if I say them about someone and this someone is absent, it is called Gheebah. So subhanallah, A is absent, and now I speak with B, or maybe B and C and D, maybe more than one person, and I say this lady speaks too much. I'm talking about A who is absent. This is Gheebah. Yes, I say A said this and that. This is Gheebah. Whatever negative thing I say about her, it is called Gheebah. Sometimes Gheebah is not by speaking. Maybe I'm not speaking, but maybe I am pointing and I'm doing something in my face that makes them realize that, oh yes, I'm talking about, like maybe someone is talking about a lady, and then I make in my hand something or in my face without speaking. So I am making Gheebah. Yes, if they remembered this lady, and then I made a sign to show them that I don't like this lady or a negative thing, that is Gheebah. So this is number one, Gheebah. When you speak negative things about someone, whether you are speaking or making with your hands or making with your face or with your body, that is Gheebah. Okay? Number two, subhanallah, now if I was saying about this lady, when I backbited her, when I say something which is true, I am saying something in her, yes, she eats a lot, and you know that she eats a lot, and I say, yes, A eats a lot, and then you say, yeah, I know. So I am not lying about her, I am telling the truth. She's so short, or she is, for example, her voice is whatever, or she said this and that, and she really said them. I said exactly the words that A said, but A is not here, and I said negative things. I'm not lying about her. That is Gheebah, and that's a major sin. A lot of ulama consider the Gheebah as a major sin. Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala put an example of Gheebah if I speak about someone, backbite them in their absence, it is as if I am eating their flesh when they are dead. It is so bad. The Prophet ﷺ said to Aisha radiyallahu anha once, because of a sign in her hand about a lady that she is short, he said to her, you said a word, even though she didn't say a word, because she did not know at that time, but after that she never did it. Subhanallah, we learn from them. He said to her, you said a word. If it was like poison, this word, if it is poison, if you put it in the sea, it will ruin the whole sea. One word. So it is like poison. We are ruining people's lives and people's reputation. We are putting the hatred in the hearts of people for each other by talking about others in their absence. Maybe this lady did not know this about the other lady, but when I said this in front of her, she started hating the other lady, or she started thinking, and maybe she started noticing the thing that I said. So that's why it is haram. This is gheebah. It is haram. The Prophet ﷺ said that he saw in hellfire, when he saw in hellfire, you know, in the journey of Isra wal Mi'raj, he saw Jannah and he saw hellfire. When at that time, he saw in hellfire people with fingers made of copper, scratching their faces, scratching their chests. You know how painful is that? And when he asked, who are they, Jibreel alayhi salam said to him, these are the people who backbited others. So as much as I backbite people, I will be scratching my face, removing the skin, bleeding, and still scratching my face and my chest and feeling the pain, because I made others to feel the pain in this life. This is backbiting. Number two, if I was backbiting someone and I said something which is not true, yes, now I am lying. I said something, but I'm not. If I was telling the truth, that's backbiting. But if I said something negative and the person is absent and I am lying, or maybe exaggerating about something really happened, but I exaggerated and added other things on it and made it worse than it was. Lying about someone, backbiting with lying, that is considered slandering. Yes, that is worse than backbiting. So in the day of judgment, subhanallah, I will be giving my hasanat, as the Prophet ﷺ mentioned. The person who backbited others or slandered others will give their own hasanat to other people that they backbited. If my hasanat finished and the people I backbited still did not take my hasanat, their sayyi'at will come to my scale. So a lot of people will lose their hasanat for backbiting others. And when my hasanat are finished, they will give me their sayyi'at. Until that is justice. That is justice we spoke about in Surah At-Tin. Now this is the meaning of gheebah and slandering. The person who does this, the person who does that, they will be both punished, and they will take, people will take their hasanat. Now namimah. What is namimah? Now A backbited B in front of C. A said to C, B is ugly. I don't like to be around her because the way she eats, or the way she speaks, or whatever. So A said something bad about B in front of C. She backbited. C did not, subhanallah, she did not defend B. She didn't say anything. So she shares in so the listener who doesn't defend the person who is backbited is sharing the sayyi'at. So now A and C are backbiting. This is their situation. And in the day of judgment, they are going to give their hasanat to B. But what happens now? C, it's not enough that she heard from A. Now C goes to B and tell her, A said that you are ugly and that she doesn't like to be around you, and she said that you are this and that. So C went to B and told her what A said. So B didn't know before that. C was the result for B to be angry from A, and A to be angry from B, and maybe people heard, and then a big problem happened. Or maybe B heard from C and didn't say anything. She kept it in her heart, but she was sad, and she cut her relationship with A. So she believed C. Okay, A said this about me, so I'm not gonna speak with her anymore. And so C, what she made was Namimah. Namimah. This is Namimah. When I hear people backbiting what they said about others, and I go to the others, the backbited, and I tell them, she said about you this and that. Yeah, she told this and that, and she spoke in front of these ladies about you, and she said you are this. She said you did this. She said you. So the person who takes the words of the backbiter and goes to the backbited and tell them what was said about them, this person is doing namima. The Prophet ﷺ said, Nammam, the person who does namima, will not enter Jannah. So what do? He will not enter Jannah until all his hasanat go back to the people that. So if problem happened, as long as they are talking about the problem, it is all on C who revealed. Okay, this person backbited. If I couldn't defend, I stopped speaking. Khalas, I heard her, and now I have sin. I have a sin now. I backbited. Enough. But to do namima and spread the gheebah and say to others, oh, she said about you this, and she said this and that, that is worst. It is a very, very big sin in Islam. I suggest, sisters, don't look at people's actions, don't listen to what they say. You only see good things and you only hear good things. Don't speak about people. Don't speak about them. Khalas. No more talking about people. If I don't know how to control my tongue, then I better not speak. This is why it is not good to speak with others for hours and hours and gatherings. If the gathering is not for learning or teaching, it's better to stay home and cook or sleep, even better than going to others. I'm bored, let me call my neighbor. And then you start talking for 1 whole hour. 1 whole hour talking about what? This one talks about her husband, and that one talks about her mother-in-law, and then the other one talks about her sister-in-law, and then the other one speaks about her own sister, and so this is all backbiting. Yeah, we cannot speak about others. Every word you say, it will be hasanat from your scale going to them. So if you hate someone and you backbite them because you hate them, it is not possible. You're giving your hasanat to the person you hate. Subhanallah. If you hate her, don't give her your hasanat. Subhanallah, it is really weird. Like, we give our hasanat in the day of judgment to the ones we don't love, and they will know. That's the problem, that the book in the day of judgment, the record that the angels write, it will be open in front of everybody. So whom you backbited and whom you spread the backbiting. So whether you are A or C or B, everybody will see your record. It will be all open, subhanallah, in public. Everybody can see. That's why we do not want that to happen to us. I'm not going to speak about people anymore.
So if she doesn't, the one who slandered me doesn't want to apologize, instead of she say, case closed, I don't want to discuss about that, then in the day of judgment, her hasana will come to
you. Yes. Now, when you hear that someone slandered you, ruined your reputation in a point, or said something bad about you, say Hasbi Allah wa ni'mal wakil. Hasbi Allah. Allah, subhanallah, is alone for you enough. Allah, subhanallah, will help you, inshallah. Wa ni'mal wakil. You can rely on Allah and He will give you your rights in this life, before the hereafter. Yes. So make sure that you do not speak about others at all. Yes.
So, with me it's different. I don't know if it is backbiting or something. So we're just talking about, like, if somebody buying, like they're asking for advice, say, for example, to buy acorn and things like that.
Yes.
But then end up like they bought more expensive, because we already saying like this is like better like that and blah blah blah. But
Yes.
and end up she buying not the one we suggested. Like
She bought another one which is more expensive.
More expensive.
Yes.
And like sometimes I talk about that and I'm thinking, am I backbiting because they're buying like
Yes. Is this backbiting? Okay. One lady asked me for an advice because she wants to buy an air conditioner. I gave her my advice. This type of air conditioner are good, or this company or whatever. But then after that, I heard that she bought another thing which is more expensive than the one I told her. If I speak about this, if I mention this, is this backbiting? Yes. You are saying that she is stupid. She bought something more expensive. I gave her an advice, but she did not accept my advice, and she bought something more expensive. So this is backbiting. Yes. What is the use of saying that I advised her for this air conditioner, but she bought another type, or she bought something more expensive? This is a negative thing about her. It is not a positive thing. When you tell me this, I know that this is a negative thing about this lady. You know, when we advise others sincerely to help them, and then we forget that we advised, and we forget what happened. You ask me for advice, I advise you, end of this, and throw it behind your back. Do not mention to anybody that you advised someone for something. You will lose the ajr. What is the point of saying I advised her? You're saying I know more than her, or I helped her, because advice is help. So you're saying I helped this lady. We cannot speak about what we do. I help and I forget. Yes, we do not speak about it. Okay, so whatever you do for others, don't speak about it. But if you speak negative things, that is backbiting. Yes, anything. If they understood from me, from what I'm saying, a negative thing, that's backbiting. Yes. So before we speak, we need to think, and we need to be careful, because the Prophet ﷺ said one word. The person says one word without thinking about it, without even thinking. I just say one word. This person goes to hellfire for 70 years because of one word. Imagine sentences, days after days, and I'm telling different people. So how many hasanat I'm gonna lose? Yes.
Yes, this
Yes.
In Indonesia, it's happening the election. One is kuffar, one is a believer.
Okay.
And yeah, one man, he's like giving a fatwa. He's not a sheikh, but he's like a historian. But he's giving fatwa. It's allowed to choose kuffar as a Muslim as long as he's a good, but that's not right, is it? And then how if like I post posting in the Facebook just to tell people that this is not right, and is it a backbiting?
Alaykum assalam wa rahmatullah. Now, it is something in public, something happened in public in the country, and alaykum assalam wa rahmatullah. Someone said something, and it is about the whole country, and this person is saying something wrong. This person is saying something wrong to people in general. Is it backbiting if I tell others that what he is saying is wrong? In this case, it is not backbiting, but you do not speak about details about him, or for example, like he is not this, he's not educated, it's not his business, he cannot. You can just tell the ones you know, this is wrong. Yes, you can just give your advice that what he is saying is wrong. He's advising people to do something, and his advice is not good. You're asking, can I put a post? If the post is talking about him really in a bad way to destroy his reputation, some people, you know, they exaggerate in talking about someone that you make him like a non-Muslim sometimes. Yes, if the post says this is not correct, we should be doing this and that's it, without speaking about the person, without slandering him or his personality. We say he said this and this is not correct. Just how much you need to say. This is, if the post is saying this, then yes. But if the post saying, oh, this man is this and that, and you don't know if this is correct or not, so this is slandering. We do not want to slander people. It is not personal. It is what he said only. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes, you can just post, I am not with this, because it is about the country. It is about everybody in the country. So yes, I have a responsibility to take care of everybody. Yes, I can say, I am not with him in saying this and that. And that's it. End of discussion. But we start talking about the man, and we start talking about his history and who he is, and start slandering him. That is not accepted.
After that, some people they saying not nice about him. So
yes, do not share if they started speaking about him in a bad way or slandering. Because if you are listening to them slandering him and you don't say anything, it is as if you are saying, yes, I agree. Yes. But you know what? Like, unfortunately, if you give your opinion in something these days, people take it in the wrong way. Like, people are like, it is either you are with me or against me. They don't accept that we are friends, we are Muslims, we are brothers and sisters in Islam, but we have different opinions, and we need to respect each other's opinions. I respect your opinion as long as it doesn't have anything wrong in Aqidah. As you believe in Allah, you believe in the Day of Judgment, you're not talking about something that has anything to do with Aqidah. So if you have a different opinion, it's okay. I say my opinion and you say your opinion, and that's it. We don't have to fight each other. We don't have to, you're not my friend anymore because you are against my opinion. That is not true. Okay, so we do not, if you are in a group and you believe that this group, if they are not rahim, like your sisters, your brothers, you talk to them to be always in a relationship with them, especially if you are in another country. Just ignore the wrong things they are doing. If the group are not rahim, you can communicate with these people without this group. You can just leave the group. The group that is full of gossip, full of gheebah, full of surrendering others, full of bad things about others, just go out of it. You don't need more sayyi'at and sins in your scale because you are in a group that spreads all these things and you are reading them and you can't do anything. Just go out of it. Yes, be always in the groups where people say good things and people spread goodness. Because you might slowly start doing the haram things. Yeah, always be around the good ones who spread goodness, who have beautiful characters, who have beautiful words and pure hearts. We do not need people who slander and lie and hate each other. Yes, subhanallah, like just keep away from negative people. If they are rahim, communicate with them, but short times. You don't have to speak with your sister for 1 hour and 1 hour and a half if she slanders others or backbite. Speak with her for 5 minutes, 10 minutes every now and then, and khalas, you did what you have to do. You are communicating with your sister, with your mother, with your father, but don't do it for a long time so that you don't do the haram things. Yes, any other question?
Wasn't there 3 things? Gheebah, Namimah?
Yes, Gheebah, Namimah, and the other one, the slandering, which is, yes, which is when you make backbiting, but it is lying. So that is slandering. Fitna is when you cause a problem between 2 people. That is fitna. Yes, fitna when you cause a problem between 2 people or a group of people. When you make people hate each other. When you make a problem or fighting or things like that. That is fitna. And of course, fitna is also haram. So what is the solution? The solution is that we don't speak about others at all. If you have something good, say it. The Prophet ﷺ said, you say goodness or don't speak. قُلْ خَيْرًا أَوْ لِيَصْمُتْ. If I don't have anything good to say, then it is better not to speak. We need to control this tongue. Most of the punishments in the grave and in hellfire are because of gossiping, namimah, gheebah, and slandering, and all these things. It is all because of the tongue. So if I control this tongue and make this tongue remember Allah day and night, I will be safe, insha'Allah. Jazakumullahu khairan, and may Allah reward you and accept from all of us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.